A little over a month ago, I bought an abandoned automotive repair shop in Colorado with the goal of getting it up and running in 30 days. And as of tomorrow morning, we technically should be open for business, which is pretty exciting. We've put a lot of hours in over the last couple of weeks, and even things like getting the family moved here because we used to live in Utah, and as part of this transaction, we had to, of course, move to Colorado. So we had to move to take care of. We had a lot of cleaning and organizing and renovation and upgrades that we had to make to the building just to get it to what I would consider to be like a bare minimum level of operational quality. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but we have put a lot of hours in, and like I said, I think tomorrow morning we are going to be officially open for business. But what I'm going to show you today is all the behind the scenes stuff that go into, well, getting a shop up and running, including some of my favorite upgrades that we've made to the space just behind that door. All right, guys, this is it for Utah. We had to come back for one last trip, which, as you can maybe tell, the house is completely empty. Yesterday, I just got back from the off-road record games. This used to be my office. A big empty kitchen. We're just loading up the last few things in the moving truck. It's kind of sad almost. This is an end of an era. We started our YouTube channel basically here in Utah back in 2020. It's now 2023, kind of in March. We're moving on to bigger and better things, guys. This was the birth of Tolman Performance. That's a name you may not hear a whole lot, but that's kind of the name of my company and things like that. And when we get the big shop up and running, that's what I think we're going to be calling the modification and performance side of things. We still have a name for the regular business of the shop, but yeah. Anyway, this right here, guys, this little garage is where Tolman Performance and the YouTube channel got our start. You can see how dark and dingy it looks in here now. I had a bunch of LED lights that we had hung up on the ceiling. Of course, those are back down now, but yeah, this is it. And you know, as happy as I am to move on to the bigger shop, kind of just a little sad, like having to leave this place because this is where we got our start. But hey, all things come to an end, right? For better things. All right, guys, well, it appears that I have a record for picking the worst weather weekends for moving. We're headed to Price, Utah right now. I'm trying to get to the 70 to get over to Colorado. Luckily, it's kind of clearing up right now. We just had to do this big climb, and it was like there was a couple of trucks stuck. Luckily, this big old U-Haul's got so much crap in the back. It's heavy enough where it seems to get pretty good traction, but yeah, moved to Colorado it's like the third or fourth trip for me. Wish me luck, guys. All right, about an hour and a half later, we finally have some clear roads, guys. We are, I don't know where exactly we are. We're past Price, and we're almost at the junction of, I think, 191 and 70. We had some movers scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight. I don't know if we're going to make it because we have some other weather on the other side of the mountains, kind of in, on I-70 towards Denver. But let's carry on. Guys, a little while later, we are at the prettiest part of the drive between Utah and Colorado on 70, Glenwood Canyon. Also the sketchiest part, but I really, really love the scenery through here, guys. And thankfully, the roads are, that's probably really close, thankfully the roads are clear. So we can just kind of take in the scenery. Alrighty, guys, it is day 2 of the, I don't know how many trips this is, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. But anyway, we made it last night. Bunch of ski traffic coming down the hill from like the Eisenhower Tunnel or whatever. Anyway, we made it back last night. We unloaded all of the truck, completely empty. And as you can probably tell behind me, now I am filling it back up again because this was all the shop stuff that used to be in my garage right there. So now I am loading it all back up, taking it over to the shop. I don't have my storage like totally figured out. I got to get some big shelves over there, but this is all like car parts, materials, you know, just a bunch of random crap that I've saved over the years that I probably don't have to. But anyway, we'll get that over to the shop, unload it, drop off this U-Haul, and then I think, well, I know, the move will be done. All right, guys, just to give you an example of some of the things that we're cleaning up, I am now standing on top of a man lift. We are, I don't know, 10, 15 feet off the ground. This windowsill has never, ever been cleaned. We're cleaning it. So basically, guys, the lighting in this place has been up for who knows how many years. I'm guessing probably 15, 20. We think they possibly have been updated at some point, but like half of the fixtures are blown out, half of them don't work, and it's extremely dark in here. So we are upgrading to some extremely bright LEDs, and I'm actually putting up more than they recommended. So we'll see, but I love light. I love really brightly illuminated work areas. So we'll get some of them up. You can see one of them right there. I think they call them like UFO lights. We just mocked it up this morning, trying to get like spacing and whatnot. But yeah, we're in for a serious lighting upgrade, guys. So stay tuned. All right, tell me your name. Tell me why you're here.
Skylar Carnes. I'm with Tex Electric. We're about to do a lighting update on the shop here.
So what's wrong with the lights I have now?
They are fluorescent. They're old. There's mercury in them, and they're just
That one doesn't work.
kind of obsolete. They're dark and dingy. You need more light.
So if you guys are in the Colorado Springs, and what other areas you service?
Well, Colorado, Denver, just the surrounding area.
So give these guys a call. If you need electrical work, give those guys a call. Tex Electric?
Tex Electric.
All right. So that big massive pile of lighting that you just saw is going to be replaced with a total of 8 of these guys right here. These are Demilare Razor Series 250 watt LED lights. This is kind of what they look like here. I think people call these like the UFO lights. They're about, I don't know, they're about 12, 13 inches in diameter. You know, they're LED, they got a whole bunch of them, and we've actually already got the shop finished up, and believe me, these suckers are bright. When I originally had the lighting spec'd out, I think they only called for 6, but I decided let's go one step further. Let's put 8 of them in the main section of the shop. And I don't know if I'd quite say overkill, but it is definitely an incredible difference in light output compared to those old, I think they're T8 fixtures, the fluorescence. But anyway, yeah, this is what we're going with. Demilare LED high bay lights, Razor Series. I'll put the link down in the description so you guys can check these out. But they're super simple to install, especially if you have Skylar come do it for you, because he did everything for me. But basically, we took out the fluorescent fixtures. We put some receptacles up there in the ceiling. And these guys, if you have like a new construction project, well, they just plug into the standard, North American 120 volt outlet. In terms of output, these guys are, I believe they have a 37,500 lumen output. The 250 watt versions are I told these guys kind of the size of the building and the ceiling height that we had, and they recommended the 250 watt versions. If you have lower ceilings, you'd go with a little bit lesser output. But yeah, we have 37,500 lumens of output per fixture. They have a 60,000 hour lifespan, color temperature of 5,000 Kelvin. And yeah, so super simple to install, and I am really happy with them. So let me go show you some install footage, and then we'll do the before and after comparison, because again, it is a extremely impressive upgrade. All right, guys, so we just got the first half of the shop done. So what I'm about to show you is a pretty clear difference between what you'll see on the left and what you'll see on the right. We replaced 2 rows, well, one of them's still hanging, but it's not on. We replaced 2 rows of fluorescence with only 4 of these 250 watt LED lights. And check out the difference, guys. Those are the 4 lights right there, and then, well, there's only 1 row of fluorescent on, but look how drastic the difference is night and day. I mean, yeah, they're a little bit different color. These are, I think, yeah, I don't know what the Kelvin is. I think 5,000, but like, seriously, dark, dingy, super bright. So I am really pumped. I'm glad I did go with the 4 lights. Like I said, 3 would have probably done it, but 4 is just a little bit brighter. It's gonna take a minute getting used to how bright it is in here, but I love a properly illuminated shop. This is really awesome. Skylar's gonna come back tomorrow, and he's gonna knock out the, I want to say passenger side, but the door side of the shop, and then we'll get the rest of these fluorescents tore down and disposed of properly. But seriously, guys, like, look how much of a difference there is. This is pretty dang awesome. All right, so we just wrapped up the second night of work on the lighting system in here. Now we have 8 of the big LEDs in the main area of the shop here. And I gotta say, this is like the perfect amount of light. Everything is bright, it's not overwhelming. We got good distribution with all 8 lights through here. And I do need to get some more down in the kind of the narrow corner of the shop and what I'm calling like the lube bay. But seriously, check out how nice and bright everything is illuminated through the main section of the shop here. And then down there in that corner with the fluorescence still up, that is so much darker. And yeah, some of them are burnt out and stuff, but I am gonna be ordering 4 more LEDs to go and fill in that section. We still have a little bit of tear down work to do, so these I think are LEDs. These of course are fluorescents there. That's all gonna be coming down. But yeah, the main lighting in this area of the shop is just those 8 LEDs, and I am extremely happy, extremely impressed. Just got a little bit more work to do at the future date down there. But anyway, huge thanks to Skylar from Tex Electric. I think he's from Texas, that's why it's called Tex Electric. Definitely, if you're in the Colorado area, hit him up if you need lighting installed like this in your shop, in your home, whatever. He's an electrician, he does it all. So thank you, Skylar, much appreciated. And we have so much light. I'm extremely happy right now, guys. This is awesome. Like, the abandoned shop is actually kind of coming together. So I just wanted to go upstairs real quick and kind of show you guys what's going on up here. We have been doing a lot of cleaning because this area, even though it does still look very chaotic, this was like just a massive dump of parts. They had a cabinet up here, which is now downstairs in the shop. This is still a little bit of storage, but a lot of this is gonna go. There's like some old paperwork that we need to get rid of. This is going to be my office at some point. We have a pretty decent view of the street down there. And on this one, you can actually see you can see the mountains, which is pretty cool. That's the shop, by the way. Anyway, yeah, this is my upstairs office, which will be, I don't know if I'll ever do any editing or anything like that up here, but got a little kitchenette back there, and just kind of like the office once we have our service writer downstairs, which let's talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, yeah, this was chaos. It looks a little bit better than it did before, but it is still needs attention, much like everything else in the shop. But let me show you the rest of what we have been up to. So as far as final changes to the building, we are constructing a new desk for out front because that one is super janky and like you could lean on it and it'll tip over. So we have a new like front reception desk that's being redone. That window there that goes from the shop into the front area, for some reason had a plywood square covering it and a bunch of shelving in the front. So we took all the shelves down, we took the plywood off so we can see through there. There's a bunch of random parts piled up there which are going to get reorganized. There's about 1,000 oil filters and air filters that we had just kind of randomly strewn about the place, so that is now all consolidated and cleaned up. We have our technician computer station here. This lighting, I think I mentioned it before, but this is going to get torn down and replaced with LEDs because, well, there are LEDs there, but those are fluorescent. Anyway, I probably mentioned that already. I'm kind of doing like 10 things at once here, trying to keep it all straight. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys the lift because we had a pretty big rearrangement go on back here. Our 4-post lift originally was in bay 5, but I wanted bays 5 and 6 to be kind of for my YouTube stuff to be more or less open, and I wanted a flat bay. So we had the lift moved from 5 to 4, and we left 5 empty. And now we have a 2-post lift laying on the ground. But anyway, I have about 17 to 18 feet of room between that post there and the posts right here. Plus you have about another foot or two of a walking around room. So I can easily get 2 projects in here with enough room to walk around, which is great. Because like if I want to do a roll cage or something like that, or interior work or whatever it is, we have now 1 bay where we can walk around the vehicle. We have plenty of room. Where if you're in a 2-post bay, you can open the doors a little bit before they hit the lift, and anyway, it's kind of an obstruction. So that was the other big thing we wanted to change. Now we have a bunch of stuff though, because believe me, I know it looks like chaos around here, but a lot of this is going to go away. I have leased a storage container off-site, so stuff like the brake lathe, a lot of these flush machines, there's just so much equipment in here, and I don't know how much of it we're going to use. It takes up valuable floor space, so a lot of this is going to go away temporarily. If I need it, I'll go get it, and if I don't, we'll probably sell it, 6 or 8 months or a year down the road. So at least we just need to get things cleaned up. The only other changes I'm going to be making in my area, you can see I've got the 2 rows of totes here on the shelf. I've got probably, let's see, there's 3, 6, 10, there's about 10 more totes down there that I want to have on shelves down here. So I need to buy some new shelves, and then once we get rid of all this other equipment, that'll kind of round out my corner of the shop. So there's a few other odds and ends that still need to be tidied up, but once we get the off-site storage container, this whole stack of stuff can go away. Of course, not the axle, but everything else. This equipment that belongs to the lift people, they'll be back Monday to finalize like a couple wires, and then yeah, that is more or less my corner of where I'm going to be working. I did want to give you guys a couple of quick project vehicle updates because that's what I want to get back to. And as soon as we're fully staffed up and operational, I'll have a lot more time, maybe, hopefully, to do the fun stuff. So the frame project for the drag truck, we are almost ready to get the C-notch in and the anti-roll bar, and then we get the axle back into place. And then I'm going to find another truck to put on top of this because originally I had thought we were going to do a conversion on the ugly truck. But after a while of thinking about it, I decided I want to keep that one 2-wheel drive with a junkyard motor. And this one we'll just find a new body to put on top of it. The Mustang, down on the other end of the shop, we'll go talk about that real quick. We get an 03 Mustang. And I've done a handful of things to it, but it's mostly stock. However, I do have a 5.4 liter dual overhead cam motor that's going in it. I bought some cams the other day. We have some headers on the way. We have some exhaust that we're working on. And this project, we'll get back to this before you know it. I'm really excited about this one because I'm kind of making like at first I called it the Coyote Killer, but it's going to be kind of like a 2000 Cobra R replica clone / what if build, kind of like I did with the Copo truck last year. So anyway, that's the update on that. That's the update on the ugly truck. I didn't actually officially update you on the ugly truck because I do want to throw a cam and some valve springs in the junkyard 8.1, and we still have all the Holley Dominator EFI stuff that needs to go on that truck. So I want to run a 9. I don't know if it's possible, but I want to run a 9 with the 2-wheel drive and the stock junkyard motor. So that's kind of like my goal for this year, if we can only find the time. But anyway, that's my update for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully someday we can get back to doing 2 uploads a week. That is my goal, and keep providing cool content, not only on my own personal builds, but I'm also going to show you the cool projects that we have coming in. Not like your regular repair work, but the custom builds. We have a really cool Lincoln Continental with a 460 in it that's coming in. Can't wait to show you guys that. We have some diesel stuff. We have a couple of engine swaps coming in that are kind of booked. So I'll show you guys bits and pieces of that stuff along the way, and some more shop updates as they happen. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have been up to for the last little while. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your patience, and come back soon for more cool shop and vehicle build content.